What's going on? This is Lauren with the TMF Podcast. Before we get started, hit the like button or the subscribe button if you'd like more content or if you like what I'm doing. You can also use the links below to check out some of my merch because this show is sponsored by me, myself, and I at TMF Apparel. This is one of my newest ones right here. Motherfucking freedom. So, you can also sign up for WEBULL and Robinhood below. Get 2 free stocks, 3 free stocks, whatever they're giving you for just opening an account, put a couple bucks in it. If you'd like to learn about trading. This video right here that I'm making right now is super important for everyone who uses a Robinhood. And this is going to cover some things about Robinhood that I have learned over the last few months, reasons I still use Robinhood, things that I like and don't like about it. And this will hopefully answer some of your questions that you may have if you're new to trading, you've only bought stocks or you've only bought options. I'm going to go over some of the basic things to learn on here and some of the things you can and cannot do. So let's kick the show off. All right. First things you need to know, opening a Robinhood account, super easy, right? Doesn't take much, takes maybe 5 minutes, link your bank account. Robinhood will allow you to have access to instant deposits every week. If you are a gold member, that number is higher. If you open a regular account, you just open it up, link your bank account, you can deposit up to $1,000 and have instant access to that money, which means your account is inherently a margin account. What does that mean? It means they are loaning you the money while your money transfers from your bank account to your Robinhood account. They are giving you access to upwards of $1,000 to buy stocks and options right off the jump. I did mention options. I'm going to come back to that, but that will allow you instant access to that money. That is usually per week, $1,000 per week, right? If you opt in to pay the $5 a month and be a gold member in Robinhood, they will give you access up to $5,000 of instant deposits a week that you can transfer and have access to immediately for stocks and options. And also, if you have a balance of $10,000 and up, every $5,000 increment you have in your Robinhood account, they will give you access to that amount of money on instant deposit. So if you have $5,000, you can deposit up to $5,000 and have instant access to it. If you have a $10,000 balance, you can have access up to $10,000 instantly, so on and so forth, 15, 20, etc. So that is super helpful because a lot of brokerages do not allow that. WEBULL gives you access up to $1,000 to purchase stocks only, no options, just stocks. The other funds will be available once they settle, which is usually like two business days. TD Ameritrade's the same way. I can have access up to $1,000 to trade regular stocks. So Robinhood has a slight advantage on that aspect of it. Now, let's roll around to what I said in the beginning. You basically open up a margin account, whether you use the margin or not. You can request a cash account. The difference being when you're on margin, it's going to allow you that little access of buying power. So if we have a margin account and you're a gold member and your balance is $2,000 or more, they're going to give you up to 100% margin. That means that if I have $2,000 worth of money in my Robinhood account, I can spend $4,000 on stocks, on equities, not options, just stocks. So if I wanted to buy $4,000 worth of whatever the hot stock is today, I only need $2,000 in there to do it. Now, be careful because if that equity goes down, you can get margin called. They will sell some of your position to cover the margin loss, the deficit. So if you bought $4,000 of a stock, that stock is now worth $2,000. Robinhood is not going to let you owe them $2,000. They are going to take their $2,000 back on a margin call. You will be left with $0 because you lost it, right? They're going to minimize their risk. That is what most brokerages do. That is inherently a margin call. Now, I don't trade on margin. I trade options. They don't really allow me to do that, and it's risky. It's risky business. If you're a big account, you can offer the risk. By all means, do it. If you've got a small account, it's really not worth the risk. Let's move on to the next thing I said. Robinhood also has cash accounts. You can convert your account to a cash account by contacting Robinhood support. They can do that for you. It will take up to 6 business days, trading days, to convert your account from margin to cash. What does that mean? Your account will be completely frozen until the transition happens. Whatever stocks or equities or options that you have, you will not be able to sell them or add to those positions during that time. So you want to make sure you close out everything. Unless you're doing something really long position, you don't care. What's the advantage of this? As a margin account, you have a balance of under $25,000. You can day trade up to 3 times, 1, 2, 3, within a 5-day rolling period. Outside of that, you'll be marked a pattern day trader, and your account can be suspended or overall just terminated by Robinhood. And this actually goes for all brokers. This is not a Robinhood specific thing. And that could be buying and selling the same stock within the same day. It can also be buying or selling an option on that stock within the same day. If you were to buy 3 different options contracts, a 65, 75, 85 strike option, buy and sell, that's 3 day trades, 1 stock. If you buy and sell shares, that's 1 day trade. If you sell, then buy a position, that is not a day trade. It's only buying, then selling. So in the morning, if you sell your position and then you buy something else and wait till the next day, which would be considered a swing trade, that is not a day trade. If you have a cash account, you can day trade as many times as you want with no penalty. However, there is a catch. The catch is, let's say you spend $1,000 on a position and you sell that position for $1,500 in the same day. 1 day trade, you're up $500, you're feeling amazing. You cannot use that $1,500 if it's an equity for 2 days. That transaction must settle for 2 days. There is no margin to give you those profits while that entire transaction settles. But there is no day trade penalty. If you're trading an option contract on a cash account, it will settle in 1 day. So if we buy and sell it today, tomorrow the funds are available. We cannot use them. Now, whatever funds are left in your account are part of your buying power, you still can use. So if you had, let's say you had $5,000 in your account and you took $1,000 and put it into 5 different plays in that 1 day, you certainly can do that. Whatever they make or lose is irrelevant. You spent $5,000. Let's say at the end of the day, you're up to $6,000 on all your positions. You closed them all out and they were all options contracts. Tomorrow you would have access to $6,000 again. If there were some options, some shares, then you would have access to the options profits, but not the shares profits. So there is a give and take to the cash account status. Most brokerages are going to offer this. You're going to have to contact them and have your account changed to a cash account specifically because most people want access to that instant money. So let's keep that in mind. Robinhood does allow that. You must contact them. Let's talk about the option side of things. Something that is it's kind of a bummer. There's nothing you can do about it, is that when you buy an option on Robinhood with an expiration, that's usually Fridays, but let's just say it's SPY or something else, ETF that expires today, whatever the day of the expiration is, if your contract is in the money, so you bought a $65 strike price contract on some stock and the stock price is over $65, right? Regardless of whether or not you want to execute that contract, Robinhood can and will sell that contract at 3 p.m. on the day of expiration if you are not going to exercise that contract. I contacted them about it. There is nothing you can really do about it. Now, I found a small loophole, very small loophole to this. As, sometimes at 3 o'clock, you're like, man, I just need power hour is going to come through. Power hour is going to get me where I need to be. I'm so close. I just want to inch it out a little further. Here's the thing. If at 4 o'clock, the bell rings and you have not sold that contract, you're kind of obligated to exercise that contract. So if you were trading a stock that trades at $100 a share and you've got, let's just say 50 contracts, you're going to have to pony up about 50 G's worth of equity to buy those shares. Robinhood is not going to take the risk. Apparently, it's all automatic. It kind of assesses the risk of that exercising that option for you, and they will close out that contract on the day of expiration. Now, how did I find a small loophole? You got to be paying attention. You got to be in front of your computer for sure. Your phone ain't going to cut it. You're not going to be fast enough. But let's say your option's expiring. You're so close to making green, you're supposed to break it even, or you just want to inch it out a little further. You set a sell limit, a limit order on your contract prior to 3 o'clock. Robinhood is going to cancel that sell limit order. They will cancel it. It will notify you right here. Boom, option order canceled. On your platform, you will have had, let's say you had 5 contracts, 0 are available. Now 5 are available. Load it up. Hit send again and reload that sale order. And that sale order will remain valid until Robinhood goes back through the automated process and cancels that order again. You can continue to do this. I did this almost damn near to the bell on Friday. You can inch it out. As long as it hasn't hit your sale price, it will keep going. If it does hit your sale, let's say your contract's $1 and you want to get $1.50 out of it, and it's sitting at $1.40, you can keep doing that. Once it hits $1.50, it will definitely sell. So I did find a way to slightly push the limit because there are some stocks that, no bullshit, I had one that closed freaking 10 cents out of the money. And I was so bummed. It's like, I'm right there. All it needs to do is move like 0.5%, and these calls are going to be worth my break. They're going to be worth something. So I was kind of bummed. So I did figure that out. So that's pretty good. You can give that a shot for sure. The other reason that I like about Robinhood is the actual options chain. I like the user interface for it. I'm going to pull it up here on display capture. This is a Boeing here, as you can see, expiration. The user interface is very easy to use for options. We can see they added this little chart, which is whatever. It's always going to tell you you're expected to lose a bunch of your money pretty much every time. I think if we go way down here, maybe it would change. Estimated loss, $302. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. We don't pay a whole lot of attention to that. But these prices update faster than any other brokerage that I've seen so far. As far as if you wanted to buy this, well, not right now, but during market hours, and it was at 2:30, that's what it's going to execute for. And when I go over to my other brokerages, I have a problem where the bid ask, it's not really giving me that median number. We're either paying the ask or we're not filling the contract. So, and some of them, like TD, won't even let me do a market order, which is basically what we're doing here. We're kind of doing a market order, but we can set a limit on it, et cetera, et cetera. Now, in Robinhood, they do make the options chain rather easy to buy for calls and puts. They do not make it easy, however, to set up like spreads, but you can do that. You can select buy, sell, buy, and set yourself up here different types of call options, which it says say custom up top, and we can see this here, custom ratio. So we can set this up here where if you wanted to do some different plays, and it'll tell you how much it cost you to do this and what your profit and loss is. So if you want to get into some of those more advanced option spreads or debit spreads, you can do that in Robinhood. You just have to know what you're trying to do and how to navigate that, because it does matter in which order you click these options for sure. So I want you to keep that in mind. As far as Robinhood goes, you trade between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's not the earliest pre-market, but it does give you a little bit of pre-market after hours for equities only. Crypto, you can trade 24/7, 365. There is no day trading requirements on crypto. You're just buying it and selling it, and you're just paying whatever it costs for that particular trade, which I think with Robinhood is actually built into the bid-ask spread. So you might pay, if Bitcoin's trading at 34,000, you might pay $34,005, whatever that spread is. I'm not exactly sure on here. Some of them are a little bit more upfront about it. But I hope that clears up some of Robinhood questions that I do see pop up. There is one thing that they added. If you do get marked a pattern day trader, which means you executed more than 3 day trades within 5 period, there is one forbearance of this. You can contact them through the support tab. I'll pull this up here. We can go to account and we can go to contact us. And then you can have, pick a thing here. I have a different question. Let's just say you go to, they usually have a day trade thing on here, more topics, something else, and we can type it in, whatever. You can access there through the support tab, and you can contact them or have them give you a call, and they will remove the pattern day trade restriction one time on your account for life. So you fudged up, and honestly, in order to break it, you got to turn it off to begin with. You have to go in here to, let's see here, account. I'm going to pop it up here on our account, and we can go down here and you go to the settings page, and then you have pattern day trade protection. You're going to have to turn that off in order to actually pattern day trade. If you don't turn that off, it's not going to allow you to execute the trade anyway. It's going to tell you, no, you cannot execute this trade. It will prevent you. But if you turn that off, then you can absolutely get flagged as a pattern day trader. So, but they will give you that, and that is new, something they started this year, where they will give you forbearance one time per the account life. So if you have some other questions about trading some of these platforms, Robinhood or WEBULL or Cash App, TD Ameritrade, I'm okay with. I'm not amazing, but I'm okay. I work my way around it. Feel free to leave me a comment. I hope this video helped you out, and we do stream stocks most days, and I talk about them, and I do videos, and I make money, I lose money. I'm just a regular dude like you watching this video at home who has taken a little bit more time than you may have to learn some of the ups and downs of using different apps and different platforms and some of the different stocks that are out there and what's going on with them. So I hope if you made it to the end of the video that I appreciate you staying around. Definitely check out the next one, and we'll see you next time.